Hi students, in this session we are going to solve question number 4 to question number 7 from exercise 1.1, which is based on derivatives of composite functions. So let's move to fourth question. It is given like this. See, a table of values of f, g, f dash and g dash is given in this table. Okay, and we have to solve these four sub questions. See here values of x, f of x, g of x, f dash of x and g dash of x are given here. And first sub question is, if r of x is equal to f of g of x, find r dash of 2. Okay, and in the remaining sub questions also we are given some functions and we have to find out derivative of these functions at some particular point. Okay, so in the solution, first of all you write down all these given values from table. See here, for x is equal to 2, f is 1, that means f of 2 is 1. See, f of 2 is 1. So understand values from table like this. See, for x is equal to 4, f is 3. That means f of 4 is 3. So you write down f of 4 is equal to 3. Likewise, we have f of 6 is equal to 5. G of 2 is equal to 6. G of 4 is equal to 4. G of 6 is equal to 2. F dash of 2 is minus 3. F dash of 4 is 5. F dash of 6 is equal to minus 4. G dash of 2 is 4. G dash of 4 is minus 6. G dash of 6 is 7. So these are given values and we have to use them to solve these sub questions. So let's move to first sub question. In that we are given this small rx function. Okay, you write down that given function. Here we have to find out r dash of 2. Okay, r dash of 2. So let's write given function r of x is equal to f of g of x. See, we have to find out r dash of 2. So let's get meaning of this notation first. It is nothing but derivative of this r function at x is equal to 2. Okay, it is r dash of 2. That means derivative of r of x at x is equal to 2 we have to find out. So for that, firstly we have to find out derivative of this r function, and for that we have to differentiate this function with respect to x. Okay, so differentiating with respect to x, we get r dash of x is equal to d by dx of f of g of x. Note here, it is a composite function. So here we have to use chain rule to find out derivative of this function. So let's treat this function as f of something. F of something. So its derivative is f dash of something into derivative of something which is g of x. So you note this step properly. Here we have used chain rule to find out derivative of this function. See again, we have treated it as f of something. So its derivative is f dash of something into derivative of something which is g of x. Okay, then to the next step you write down first term as it is into derivative of g of x is g dash of x. So we have r dash of x is equal to f dash of g of x into g dash of x. Now we have to find out r dash of 2. So by substituting x is equal to 2 in this equation, we get r dash of 2 is equal to f dash of g of 2 into g dash of 2. Okay, so you note it properly. Then see here we have to use g of 2 and g dash of 2, and these two values are given to us. See, g of 2 is given as 6 and g dash of 2 is given as 4. So substituting these two values, since these are given to us, g of 2 6, g dash of 2 4. So we have f dash of 6 into 4. So See again, f dash of 6 value is also given. So f dash of 6 is minus 4. You write down here minus 4 into 4. So we have it as minus 16, and therefore r dash of 2 is equal to minus 16. You frame answer like this. Okay. So see how easy this solution is. Just you have to understand notations properly, and you have to write down derivative of this composite function using chain rule very correctly. Then the solution is very easy. Okay. Then second sub question, we have to find capital R dash of 4. Okay. So here we are given that capital R of x is equal to g of 3 plus f of x. I am mentioning here capital R since in the first sub question we are given small r of x function. Okay, so to distinguish I am mentioning here it as capital R of x. You note this thing. We are given r of x is equal to g of 3 plus f of x. Now to find out r dash of 4, here we have to first find out r dash of x. Okay. For that we have to differentiate this function. So differentiating with respect to x, we get, see here, we get r dash of x is equal to d by dx of this composite function. So to find out derivative of this composite function, here we have to use chain rule, and for that we are going to treat it as g of something. So derivative is g dash of something into derivative of something, and that something function is 3 plus f of x. Okay, see, note this step, we have used chain rule for evaluating derivative of this composite function. Okay, now to the next step, we have to evaluate this derivative 3 plus derivative of 3 plus f of x. So keeping first term as it is, g dash of 3 plus f of x into, see here, 3 is constant, so its derivative is 0, plus derivative of f of x, which is f dash of x. Okay, so finally we have r dash of x is equal to g dash of 3 plus f of x into f dash of x. Now since we have to find out r dash of 4, here we have to substitute x is equal to 4 in this equation. So by substituting x is equal to 4 in this equation, we get, see here, r dash of 4 is equal to g dash of 3 plus, see here, we are substituting x is equal to 4, so it is f of 4 into f dash of 4. We have substituted in r dash of x, x is equal to 4, since we have to find out r dash of 4. Now let's calculate these values. We are given such values. Okay, so let's substitute for f dash of 4 and f of 4. So we are given f of 4 is equal to 3 and f dash of 4 is equal to 5 in the table, and we have listed given things. Okay, so see here, f dash of 4 is 5 and f of 4 is 3, and this 3 as it is. So we have, see, this is 3 plus 3, 6. So it becomes g dash of 6 into this 5. Now g dash of 6 is also given. It is given as 6. So substituting that value, given value, we have 7 into 5, and so it is 35. And so here we have the required value r dash of 4 is equal to 35. You frame answer like this. Okay, so see, these are simple calculations. You just must know the application of chain rule, how to apply chain rule, how to calculate derivatives of such composite functions. You note this step here properly. Okay, then the calculations are easy. Students, then in the third sub question we have to find out s dash of 4, and we are given that small s of x is equal to f of 9 minus f of x. Okay, we have to find out s dash of 4. So here we must have to find out s dash of x firstly. That means derivative of this s of x function. Then only we can calculate s dash of 4. That means meaning of this term is what? It is derivative of s of s function at x is equal to 4. Okay, so let's differentiate this function to find out derivative. Differentiating with respect to x, we get c s dash of x is equal to d by dx of this composite function. See here again it is a composite function, and to find its derivative we have to use chain rule here. Okay, so let's treat this function as f of something, so its derivative is f dash of something, into derivative of something, and that something function is 9 minus f of x. Okay, so you note it again, we have used chain rule to find out derivative of this composite function. We have treated it as f of something, so its derivative is f dash of something into derivative of something. Okay, and that something function is 9 minus f of x. So this first term as it is into, since 9 is constant, its derivative is 0, and this minus sign and derivative of f of x is f dash of x. And so finally we have s dash of x is equal to minus f dash of x into f dash of 9 minus f of x. Okay, so here we have s dash of x, that is derivative of s of x. Now with the help of this s dash of x, we can find s dash of 4 by substituting x is equal to 4 in this equation. Okay, so let's substitute x is equal to 4 in this equation. So we have s dash of 4 is equal to minus of f dash of 9 minus f of 4 into f dash of 4. Okay, to find out s dash of 4, we have substituted x is equal to 4 in this s dash of x. Okay, are you getting this step? Note it properly. Then here you find that these values are given to us, f of 4 and f dash of 4. So these are given as f of 4 is 3 and f dash of 4 is 5. So substituting these two values here, we have minus f dash of 9 minus 3 into 5. Okay, since we are given these values. So this becomes minus of f dash of 6 into 5. Again this f dash of 6 value is given to us. So using that value, f dash of 6 is equal to minus 4. We have minus of, for this we have minus 4, minus of minus 4 into 5. So it becomes 20, and finally we have s dash of 4 is equal to 20 as the required value. See, once you get this derivative, then it's very easy to find out s dash of 4. See, you here note meaning of this notation properly. We know the concepts properly, then only you can calculate it very easily. Okay. Then in the fourth sub question, we are asked to find out s dash of 6. Here capital S is given, and in the third sub question we are given small s function. Okay, so let's say it as capital S dash of 6, and we are given that capital S of x is equal to g of x. Okay, g of x. This is function capital S of x. We have to find out s dash of 6. That means for that it is what? It is derivative of this s function at x is equal to 6. So for this value we have to firstly find out derivative of this s function, and so for that we have to differentiate this function. So differentiating with respect to x, we get capital S dash of x is equal to d by dx of g of x. And again here you note that it is a composite function, and to find its derivative we have to use chain rule here. So let's treat this function as g of something. So its derivative is g dash of something into derivative of something. Okay, g dash of something into derivative of something, and that something function is g of x. Okay, then finally we have capital S dash of x is equal to this term as it is, g dash of g of x into derivative of g of x is g dash of x. Okay, then to find out s dash of 6, we have to substitute x is equal to 6 in this equation to get s dash of 6. Okay, so we have s dash of 6 is equal to g dash of g of 6. For x we have 6 and into g dash of 6 here, and we are given these two values. G of 6 is given, g dash of 6 is also given. So these are given values as g of 6 is equal to 2 and g dash of 6 is equal to 7. Okay, so substituting these two values here, we have g dash of 2 into this value g dash of 6 is given as 7. So put g dash of 6 is equal to 7. Now again here we need this value g dash of 2, which is also given to us, and so this value is given as g dash of 2 is equal to 4. So put it as 4 into 7, and finally we get it as 28, and therefore we have s dash of 6 is equal to 28 as required value. So all the four sub questions are of same type. You note here, get the proper the proper meaning of these notations. Okay, and you write down properly derivative of this composite function and use the given values properly. Then you will find these solutions very easy. Solve these all sub questions at your own again. Okay, then next fifth question. Assume that f dash of 3 is equal to -1, g dash of 2 is equal to 5, g of 2 is equal to 3, and y is equal to f of g of x. Then we have to find out dy by dx at x is equal to 2. Okay, so here we are given this function y is equal to f of g of x. In the solution, you write down that given function y is equal to f of g of x, and we are given these three values f dash of 3, g dash of 2 and g of 2, and we have to find out derivative of this function y at x is equal to 2. Okay, see here the question is like fourth question, but here notations this notation is used. Okay, and see, for that we have to firstly find out derivative of y, that is dy by dx. So differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx of this function d by dx of f of g of x. Okay, so here we have to use chain rule to find derivative of this composite function. So you note this step properly. We are going to use chain rule here. So for that, let's treat this function as f of something. So its derivative is f dash of something, and that something function is g of x. F dash of something into d by dx of something function, which is g of x. Okay, so we have used chain rule here, and then you write down the first term as it is, f dash of g of x into, see, derivative of this g of x function is g dash of x. So we have dy by dx as f dash of g of x into g dash of x. Now we have to find out this derivative at x is equal to 2. Okay, so we are going to substitute x is equal to 2 in this equation. So dy by dx, see, at x is equal to 2 is, you substitute f dash of, see here, you substitute x is equal to 2 here. So f dash of g of 2 into g dash of 2. Okay. Now to evaluate this, we have to use the given values. We are given g of 2. See, we are given g of 2 is equal to, see, g of 2 is 3, and we are given g dash of 2 is equal to 5. So using these two given values, we substitute them here. So this is f dash of, see, f dash of g of 2 is 3, f dash of 3 into this g dash of 2 is 5. Okay, then we are going to use next given value. We are given f dash of 3 as 1 here. So see, given again, we are given f dash of 3, f dash of 3 is equal to minus 1. Okay, so you use this value here. So we have, see, f dash of 3 as minus 1. So it is minus 1 into 5, and therefore we have this dy by dx, this dy by dx at x is equal to 2 as minus 5 as required. Okay. Then next sixth example is, if h of x is equal to square root of 4 into f of x plus 3 into g of x, and f of 1 is equal to 4, g of 1 is equal to 3, f dash of 1 is equal to 3, g dash of 1 is equal to 4, we have to find h dash of 1. That means here we have to find out derivative of function h at x is equal to 1, and again for that we have to find out derivative of this h function. So let's write down first given values. F of 1 as 4, g of 1 as 3, f dash of 1 is equal to 3, and g dash of 1 is equal to 4, and then you write down given function h of x as this function. Now we have to find out derivative of this h function. So differentiating with respect to x, we get, see, h dash of x is equal to d by dx of square root of 4 into f of x plus 3 into g of x. See here, again it is a composite function. We have to use chain rule to find derivative of this square root function. So let's treat it as root of something, square root of something, and we know that derivative of root of x is 1 upon 2 root x. So here derivative of root of something is 1 upon 2 root of something into derivative of something. You note this step properly. See again, we have treated this function as square root of something. So its derivative is 1 upon 2 root of something into derivative of something, which is 4 into f of x plus 3 into g of x. Okay. So you keep this first term as it is and evaluate this derivative to the next step. So here we have h dash of x is equal to 1 upon 2 into the square root into, see, 4 constant, derivative of f of x is f dash of x plus 3 constant, derivative of g of x is g dash of x. Okay, so this is, we have h dash of x like this. Then we have to find out here h dash of 1. Okay, So substituting x is equal to 1 in this h dash of x function, we have h dash of 1 is equal to 1 upon 2 into square root of 4 into f of 1 plus 3 into g of 1 into 4 into f dash of 1 plus 3 into g dash of 1. Okay, we have substituted x is equal to 1 in this equation to get h dash of 1, which is we are asked to find out. So now let's substitute these values which we are given. So f of 1, g of 1, f dash of 1 and g dash of 1, those values are given to us. So we have 1 upon 2 into square root of this 4 as it is. F of 1 is given as 4 plus 3 into g of 1 is given as 3 into 4 as it is. F dash of 1 is given as 3 plus 3 as it is. G dash of 1 is given as 4. Since given, these values are given to us, we have substituted for those values. Now let's do this calculation. So see, we have 1 upon 2 into 4 into 4, 16. 2 into square root of 16 plus 3 into 3, 9 into 4 into 3, 12 plus 3 into 4, 12. So we have 24 upon 2 into root of 25. So here by reducing these to 12 by 5. Okay, root of 25 5 and 24 by 2 is 12. So we have h dash of 1 is equal to 12 by 5. So this is value of derivative of function h at x is equal to 1. Okay. Then next seventh question, find the x coordinates of all the points on the curve y is equal to sine 2x minus 2 sine x for 0 less than equal to x less than 2 pi where dy by dx is 0. That means we have to find out x coordinates of all those points for which derivative of this function becomes 0. Okay, so you understand question properly. That means here we have to firstly find out derivative of this function and then we have to equate that function to 0. That means derivative of this function to 0, and then by solving that equation for x we are going to find out required x coordinates. Okay, so let's move to solution. So in this solution, you write down given function y is equal to sine 2x minus 2 sine x for 0 less than equal to x less than 2 pi. We have to find out dy by dx. So differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to derivative of sine 2x minus 2 sine x. Okay, now let's find out derivative of this term. So it is, see, we have to use chain rule to find out derivative of sine 2x. So sine of something, derivative is cos of something into derivative of something. That means derivative of 2x, and derivative of 2x is 2. So I have written this derivative directly here. See again, sine of something. So derivative is cos of something. Okay, into derivative of something which is 2x, and so derivative of 2x is 2. So derivative of sine 2x is 2 into cos of 2x. Note it properly. We have used chain rule to find out derivative of sine 2x here, and it is straightforward. 2 constant, standard form, it is in standard form. So derivative of sine x is cos x. Okay, so we have dy by dx is equal to 2 into cos 2x minus 2 into cos x. Call it as equation number 1. Now we are given that dy by dx is equal to 0. That means we have to find out all those x for which this derivative is for which this derivative is 0. Okay, so call it as equation number 2 since we are given this. Then from 1 and 2 we have, see, equating this, we have 2 cos 2x minus 2 cos x is equal to 0. So here I am going to write this cos 2x using formula from trigonometry. We have cos 2x is equal to 2 cos square x minus 1 minus 2 cos x is equal to 0. So this equation becomes 4 cos square x minus 2 cos x is equal to 0. There might be one question in your mind that why I have converted this cos 2x. See, in order to get same angle, since we have to solve this equation, so we have to make all angles same so that we can solve that equation. So I have converted this 2x angle to x using formula from trigonometry. So let's simplify this equation. So we have 2 into 2 cos square x, 4 cos square x, 2 into minus 1 minus 2, and this minus 2 into cos x is equal to 0. So rearranging these terms, we have 4 cos square x minus 2 cos x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now let's factorize the terms. So let's write this minus 2 cos x as minus 4 cos x plus 2 cos x. So from these first two terms, taking 4 cos x common, we have cos x minus 1 plus taking 2 common, we have cos x minus 1 is equal to 0. Taking cos x minus 1 common, we have 4 cos x, taking cos x minus 1 common into other bracket, we have 4 cos x plus 2. Okay, so either cos x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 4 cos x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so we have solved this quadratic equation in cos x like this, and finally we have cos x is equal to 1 or cos x is equal to minus half. Okay, you understand these steps properly. See here, you can cancel this 2 at this step. Okay, then also you will reach to these equations, cos x is equal to 1 or cos x is equal to minus half. Okay, this is 10th algebra. We are using method of solving quadratic equations. We have factorized these terms like this. Okay, you try to do it at your own. Okay, now see here, we have to find out x for which cos x is 1 and x for which cos x is minus half. Okay, see, we can write cos x is equal to cos 0. We know that cos 0 is 1. So we can write 1 as cos 0. See, after this step, the following steps, you note them very properly. Some trigonometry is there. So note these steps properly. We can write this 1 as cos 0. So we have cos x is equal to cos 0, or here see, we know that cos pi by 3 is half. That means cos 60 is half. So we can write this minus half as minus cos of pi by 3. And you note that cos ratio is negative in second and third quadrant. Cos is negative. Okay, in second and third quadrant, cos is negative. So we can write this negative cos value as value from second quadrant. So you write down that angle as pi minus pi by 3. See here, it completes angle pi. So pi minus pi by 3 angle is in second quadrant. So you can write this minus of cos pi by 3 is equal to cos of pi minus pi by 3. Allied angle convergence are there here. Okay, so this is, we have cos of 2 pi by 3. So this is minus half value is for cos of 2 pi by 3. Okay, Or see, here we have find out cos negative in second quadrant. What about third quadrant? So we can write this value as cos of angle in third quadrant also. So here you note that we can write this minus cos pi by 3 from angle in third quadrant also. So we can write this value as cos of pi plus pi by 3. Okay, then this angle will be in third quadrant. Pi plus angle, pi plus pi by 3, it will be in third quadrant. So we can write this minus of cos value as cos of pi plus pi by 3, and it is cos of 4 pi by 3. See, note these two steps properly. From these two equations, what we have, either x is equal to 0, that means cos x is equal to cos 0, or cos x is equal to cos 2 pi by 3, or cos x is equal to cos 4 pi by 3. So here, since see, for so many angles, the cos function value of cos function is minus half, but here we are given angle lies in 0 and 2 pi, so we have used values up to 2 pi only here. Okay, you note this thing, otherwise cos for too many angles cos ratio is minus half. We need angles up to 2 pi only, so these are those two angles. And so we have x is equal to 0, or x is equal to 2 pi by 3, or x is equal to 4 pi by 3. From these equations we find this, either x is equal to 0, or x is equal to 2 pi by 3, or x is equal to 4 pi by 3. So these are the required values of x coordinate for which the given function y has derivative 0. Okay. So students, I hope all of you are getting all these solutions. You try to solve all these examples at your own and practice a lot. Okay. And keep in mind, our favorite quote formula is king and concept is queen. And with this, let me stop here. We will continue the differentiation topic in the next videos also. Thank you for watching. Stay connected.